up in the sky. Look, it's captivating. It's energizing. It's Eliances Heroes. Eliances is the destination for entrepreneurs, investors, CEOs, inventors, leaders, celebrities, and startups, where our heroes in business align. Now, here's your host flying in, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
That's right. Are you ready for today? Are you ready to learn from our heroes, those that entertain others, those that make a difference in their community? That's right. Later on in the day, we have Wayne Carroll, the expert IP lawyer, that's going to share some secrets about how to attain and how to protect your trademark, copyrights, and so much more. And later on in the show, we're going to have Travis Weitz, the Vice President of Investor Solutions at Direct Source Wealth. Make sure you go to directsourcewealth.com/hero because he's going to share some secrets about unleashing the power of your money. And thank you, too, for the feedback we continue to have from when we had Vicki Lawrence from the well-known actress of Mama's Family and the Carol Burnett Show on. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com. Well, let's talk about our first hero. In fact, you've seen her in so many shows and films like The Mary Tyler Moore Show and the movie Airplane, over 100 guest starring roles on TV shows we all know, and the celebrity game show contestant. She is, you ready? Joyce Bulifant, who could be reached at JoyceBulifant.com. Now, Joyce, of all these gazillion roles that you played throughout your career, what are a couple of them that were most memorable to you?
Well, I think the opportunity to dance with Fred Astaire was a real highlight. I love that.
That's huge.
And then several of the series that I was in, the Flo Show and the Mary Tyler Moore Show and Tom, Dick, and Mary and Love Thy Neighbor, a whole bunch of things. It was all exciting.
So who was more nervous, you or Fred Astaire?
I have to tell you something. Fred Astaire. Can you imagine? And you know why? He didn't know how to do the twist. And that's what we had to do. And I taught him how to do the twist.
Aha, so you're the secret behind that. That's incredible. Now you've been acting since 1959. I mean, that is quite a career. How did you get even started in acting?
Well, actually, before that, when I was 14, I started doing summer stock, which meant I painted all the sets, I cleaned the toilets, I swept the stage, and I got to play maids for about 3 years in summer stock, where I earned my equity card for being a professional theater person. So I really started much earlier than 1959.
That's fantastic. All right, Joyce, how many husbands have you had?
Never mind.
What? Come on, share the secret. How many? How many official ones?
I've had 4 Hollywood husbands, and only because there were problems and because I was dealing with the disease of alcoholism, but I was contributing to the disease because I'm so codependent person, and I had to learn a lot. And my husband, Roger Perry, whom I'm so in love with, we were doing a show in 1962, and I was married and he was married, but there was an immediate connection that we couldn't do a thing about until the year 2000, and then 2002 we were married. Can you imagine all those years? But it's because he is an alcoholic. All my husbands were, but he's been sober for 21 years. So it's been a very happy marriage.
Incredible. All right, now you share those secrets too, because you're the author. In fact, your book, My 4 Hollywood Husbands. You were the Hollywood wife to Hawaii Five-O's Jane MacArthur and William Asher, the Emmy-winning director of I Love Lucy and Bewitched. You were also married to actor-composer Roger Perry. So what inspired you, though, to write this book?
Well, I started it 24 years ago. I'm very dyslexic, so that was a problem. But I persevered because I hoped it would help other people. It wasn't at all to be negative about my husbands. I loved each one of them, but it was in hopes that people would learn about alcoholism and codependency and the effect it has on children. And also, the love story that weaves through the book is Roger's and my love story, and all the golden age of Hollywood.
Amazing. And you're listening to me, David Kogan, host of the Eliances Heroes Show. Make sure you go to Eliances.com. That's Eliances.com, the only place where entrepreneurs align, because we have Joyce Bulifant. She's the actor Mary Tyler Moore Show in the movie Airplane, and sharing the secrets of her book, My Four Hollywood Husbands. So tell us, Joyce, now, what's some, maybe one of the two things that you could share about your favorite stories from the book that really took, well, it was many, many, many years in the making, so, a wealth of,
Yeah.
a wealth of information, but share with us a couple of those excerpts.
Well, I think there's some funny ones with when I was married to Jimmy MacArthur because we were so young, and I traveled with his very famous mother, who was my mother-in-law. We were very close, Helen Hayes, and traveling through Europe and all the different places that we went were so fun. And all my grandchildren and children say whenever they're with me, there's always a la la adventure. So it's hard to pick one to tell you about because there were so many.
I mean, I can't wait to get this book and read it. And tell us something, is there anything in the book that relates to the Brady Bunch TV show?
Oh, is there ever? I was signed, sealed, and delivered to play Mrs. Brady. And just Friday before we were shooting on Monday, I was called in. I was doing wardrobe. And all my clothes had been chosen. I've been shopping for 2 weeks with the wardrobe person. And I was showing the wardrobe to the producer and the director. And, well, you're just going to have to read the book to see what happened. But I didn't get to play Mrs. Brady.
Oh, that's right. Now, I think something important for our listeners to know is that you're an advocate for children's rights, not only in relation to dyslexia, as your son had struggled with it, but also with foster children as an ambassador for Child Help, which, by the way, Eliances has sponsored and been part of Child Help and continues to certainly support an incredible organization. But tell us more about your involvement with that organization.
Well, aside from that, my husband Roger and I, and when I was president of the Rotary Club in Carbondale, Colorado, we started and founded a center for abused children right there in Glenwood Springs. And as a matter of fact, I hope I don't lose you. I've just been there, and I'm getting on the airplane as we speak to look at the new building the county gave us that's going to be converted to be able to treat more children and their families. And so we've been very involved in that. And also in education, very important. Roger and I do a lot of benefits in the Palm Springs area where we live now to raise money for children's education, mostly for theater and the arts after school programs.
Excellent, excellent. All right, I know we've got a little less than a minute left here, but what would you say to the parents who have children who want to be in show business? They want to be able to have a successful career and be in many movies and many acting things like you've been and stuff. What are a couple secrets that you would share with those parents to help guide their children?
Well, I certainly think that any child should be allowed to follow their dreams, no matter how big it is. But I know that if you're in the art world, any creative field, you always need to have something that's a backup. You always need to have another career that you can do because there are many ups and positive things about the business and many downs, many rejections. And I think you can never take it totally seriously. You always have to have a funny bone about yourself and your career and not take yourself too seriously, but always just for finances have something else you can do. So it's great to study and learn another skill.
Well, that's excellent. Well, Joyce, you're the one that taught Fred Astaire how to do one of those dance moves. We love it. You've entertained so many fans for so many years, and you do so much for those who cannot speak for themselves. Joyce Bulifant, make sure you check out our book, My 4 Hollywood Husbands, at JoyceBulifant.com. David Kogan with Eliances. When we return, Wayne Carroll from Inspired Ideas, the expert IP attorney.